Hi everybody, this is Dan from Prayer Warriors with another topic, this time the dangers of one verse theology. Um, this is a subject that is very important because the danger it can often cause, and I'm talking about the one verse theology. Some people can take one verse and build a whole doctrine from it rather than looking to the whole counsel of God. In 2 Corinthians 13 verse 1, it says, "This is the third time I am coming to you. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word be established." Deuteronomy 19 verse 15, "A lone witness is not sufficient to establish any wrongdoing or sin against a man, regardless of what offense he may have committed. A matter must be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses." In the book of Revelation, God sends 2 witnesses to Jerusalem to testify in the midst of the tribulation. One verse theology can lead to all kinds of problems as well as to various cults. Some lead to people having their faith shipwrecked as a result. Sometimes a general principle can be looked at as a promise. For example, we've all heard the verse, "It is appointed unto man to die once, and after that the judgment." Well, that's like saying there's a general rule, it's appointed unto man to die once, and after that the judgment. Not everybody does that. Lazarus died twice. Jairus' daughter also. And there's other instances in the Bible. Those that are in the rapture will never die. Now some will twist the scripture on purpose for financial gain. You know, the verse, "If you ask anything in my name," yada, 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 and then they ask for a seed offering. Now don't get me wrong, planting a seed offering is good as long as the motives are right. The key is asking something in Jesus' name. You're to ask what he'd want you to ask for, or the disciples would ask for, such as boldness, an open door for his word to go forth, people to get saved, but not your own things like a mansion or I want a Rolls Royce. There are some ministries out there fleecing the flock and appealing to greed like that. They'll give you these computer-generated letters asking, you by name and have your street address on it, but they don't really know you from Adam. And then if you don't get the prayer that you're wanting, the greedy prayer that you may be requesting, then all of a sudden it's your fault and your lack of faith according to them. Then these people get in their personal jet and fly to one of their multi-million-dollar homes. Another example of what I'm talking about is Psalm 90 verse 10. "The days of our years are 80 years and 10, which adds up to 70, according to my math. And if by reason of strength they be fourscore years, which is 80, again, that's a principle, not a promise. Many people live longer and some don't live nearly as long. It's not that they had less faith. I mean, I've talked about the example of Hezekiah, who was told he was going to die, and he wasn't really that old, but he cried and prayed about it, and God in his mercy granted him 15 more years. But God's perfect will was to take him at that original time, and because he allowed Hezekiah to live longer, Hezekiah had a son who became probably the most evil king in Judah's history, and that was Manasseh. So, if somebody dies before 70 or 80, that doesn't mean they were evil or did something wrong. We live in a sin-filled world. One day we won't have to worry about that. Now, throughout the Bible, we see that, but we shouldn't be locked into or restricted by one verse theology, but rather use the whole counsel of God. Compare Scripture to Scripture. I mean, why restrict our age to 70 or 80? God may want us to live to be 90 or 100. Rather, we should seek his will and his path for us. I've got the links below, and may God bless you.